Hey y'all, so I tried a couple of times in my barn to do this coffee chat. Was not able to because, that's the birdhouse up there. Because there was a fly in the barn and the fly was driving me crazy and it kept buzzing around and it was driving me absolutely crazy. So I thought I'd just come out here. It's gonna be a bit noisier. And I need to find the microphone and the little thing for here, but for now this is gonna have to work. Let's talk about some of the things that I've been doing to help me get my creative practice back, to help me with what I'm doing and help me get back into the swing of things. It's been a rough patch, as many of you know. For a lot of us, it's been a bit of a rough patch this whole year plus. So I know I'm not the only one who's been going through a bit of a rough time. One of the big things that I've been doing is trying to practice self-care. I've been trying to get outside. I've been trying to walk a little here and there. I can't walk a lot because of the plantar fasciitis or whatever it's called. Yeah, that's a thing. I'm in my comfortable black sandals. They're made for plantar fasciitis. I've been taking pictures of flowers lately. So anyway, I've been taking pictures. I will add a bit. I've been doing more vloggy kind of stuff for the coffee chat, so you might probably know. I can't remember what I've done and what I haven't done right now. I'm all over the place, y'all. And the big thing for me right now has been practicing self-care, giving myself grace, trying to get outside, get some fresh air, get some vitamin D. There's a woodpecker. So anyway, I've been trying to work on skincare. I've been trying to take better care of my skin. I switched moisturizers. My nighttime one is CeraVe, something like that. I switched to Boom by Cindy Jacobs, I think, or Cindy Joseph, or something like that. But I still have, like the IT CC cream or BB cream or whatever for foundation. And the lipstick or the blush or the eyeshadow, the one that you can use, the colored one, I use it for blush and for like contour or whatever a little bit. But I put it on my lips and then I put my lipstick over because it's fine for everyday use. But I've been feeling so sometimes that the red lipstick, actually let's talk about the red lipstick for a minute. My grandmother, my mama, used to wear red lipstick. She wore Chanel No. 5 perfume. She never went out of the house without looking her best, okay? Her hats, shoes, purses, all like coordinated together. Since I was a little kid, I have been in love with shoes and hats and purses and stuff like that. I get that from my mama. My mom would tell you, my mom. Hey y'all, did you know that Ray Dunn has a Hey Y'all mug? I don't need a Hey Y'all mug unless I do it in my own handwriting with like a little Burgess thing or something. But hey, they got a Hey Y'all mug. So like I talked about in the video that I was filming outside, I have been all over the place. Literally, figuratively, I've been all over the place lately. My ADHD, my anxiety, my depression. And sometimes, like I've said in previous videos, and that most of us already know, I wrote down some notes so that I don't forget. Our creativity ebbs and flows. As we go through things, our creativity ebbs and flows. As we go through the various seasons of our lives, our creativity does ebb and flow. And right now, I'm in a different season than I was when I started the beginning of the year. There have been a lot of things that have happened. It's been a rough year last year. It's been a rough year this year already. We've got gas shortages here in South Carolina. I had to wait forever, and they had raised the price of gas up like 20 cents. So lately this season I've been in has been a rough one, and I have had to concentrate on self-care. I've been drinking more water. This will be my third bottle for the day. I've been taking vitamins, including eye vitamins. I've been taking allergy medicine, but it's that time of year around here in the South. I've been doing better with my skincare. I revamped some of my makeup. I threw out like a lot of old makeup. I didn't realize how old some of my makeup was. I have new glasses. I am alternating between glasses and contacts, but I do find that I have less eye strain when I use my glasses for computer work because they have that computer thing. And they do pick up the lights and the glare and stuff, y'all. But anyway, I have been trying to add in more positive things, like journaling again, like personal journaling again, journaling that I don't share on social media. I've been trying to get back into sketching and watercoloring. I am following along with Courtney's 2-week sketch thing that she's doing on her Patreon, 2 weeks of journaling, to more than that actually, I think, but I'm way more than 2 weeks behind in journaling. I've been working on the studio. For Mother's Day, I got an 8-cube organizer. It was supposed to be from IKEA. I've already contacted the seller. It is not from IKEA. It's from Better Homes and Gardens. I like Better Homes and Gardens, but it's not IKEA. But I'm going to go ahead and put it together. We just haven't had a chance yet because we put the swing together for my mom. And right now, as you can hear, we have rain. It's been storming. It's like 48, 50 degrees right now, and it's Wednesday afternoon as I do this. So because I've been so all over the place, and I understand why, and I'm trying to give myself grace, but the changing of things, like I have been changing things, like boom, 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 because things just, I'm all over the place. So what I need to use has not been working because I'm so all over the place. I started a B6 bullet journal in astrology. It ended up being more personal journaling. I just did an A5 half-year astrology that I had. No, it's just not. Finally, I got to thinking. I have this notebook therapy, and it is my spiritual journal. It is my working book of spirit, I guess you'd say. It has everything in it, from just things that touch my spirit. We believe that each day is a gift, and that everyday miracles are scattered about if only we have eyes to see. I have all different kinds of things in here, and I'm loving this. It has the 160 GSM white dot grid paper, and it is wonderful for watercolor, for collage. You can even do this thing. It's been amazing. I have done all kinds of things in it. I have collaged in it. I have watercolored in it. I have done lots of things in it, and I'm loving it. So much so that I was thinking about June, July, and August, including One Book July. And I'm still using my Hobonichi cousin. That's where I have this coffee chat right here planned out. It's becoming more and more of a reflection. Like, I reflect on the day, and I'm writing notes down for the day and stuff like that, rather than the planning. It works wonderfully as a planner, and I will probably still use the front and the weeks for our personal and home planning stuff. And I use the AVEC as a journal. It is so chunky, y'all, that it's in this Filofax folio, and this is the AVEC. And this is without me doing all of the completed journaling. I have added pictures, and I'm still trying to catch up. So I have my journal in here. I needed a bit more room because it was getting so chunky. And at first I was going to put the Day Free Hobonichi. I had it in here. I even had the little Filofax notebook that comes with it. But this is getting so chunky. It was like, this is perfect. As I've been thinking about different things, and I have been so all over the place, I started thinking about what I'm missing. What do I love? What do I need to work on? What works for me? And I sat down and I did some personal journaling, some sort of reflection journaling. I could ask you to do that same thing. If you're having some issues, if you're having some trouble, creativity, it helps. It helps when you're grieving. It helps when you're stuck. Creativity helps when you're feeling stressed out and overwhelmed, when anxiety and depression are beating at that door. It really does help. And we know ourselves so much better than we give ourselves credit for. And I think journaling helps us kind of find the essence of some of the things when we aren't sure, when we're all over the place, when we're a bit maybe overwhelmed by all the options. So take a moment, take a deep breath, and ask yourself some of the questions that are important. That's what I've been doing with myself lately, other than listening to Audible and reading books about loss and grief and stuff like that. What brings you joy right now? What are you loving right now? And why are you loving it? What do you find yourself needing more, turning to more? What isn't bringing you joy? And why? Okay. You don't have to do that now. You can do it later. What's bringing you joy right now? What do you love? Why do you love it? Why is it bringing you joy? What do you find yourself pulled to? What do you find yourself using the most? What do you need? What isn't bringing you joy? And why? Once you've kind of done some of that, then you can take notes later and go, okay, after you've done that free writing, you're thinking about some of those questions, and you've done some free writing about that. The what, the whys, and the hows are really important. And if you're thinking, for some people, self-care is about a face mask and about skincare, and about drinking more water and about eating healthier, and I'm doing those things. But I'm also thinking about my mental health. And my mental health has been so all over the place. Not just that, but I've had to take some time and sit down and go, okay. And I've had to ask myself some of those questions. Seriously ask myself some of those questions. Sometimes we are so tuned into what we're doing and what we've been doing and how what we've been doing has been working, that we don't take the time to say, is it still working? Is this something that I need for this season of my life? Is this making me happy for this season of my life? And sometimes our inner self will tap at the door and go, wait a minute. But then we get uncomfortable because we're so used to doing what we've been doing that we're not paying attention to that inner voice that's saying, hey, this isn't working. This is why you're all over the place. This isn't working. You're fighting. You're wanting to stay in this, or you're wanting to change to these. But no, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Pay attention to what you really need and what you really want. We're also really busy. And I think there's a lot of FOMO. Like, I see all these wonderful things out there, including, all these things. I've tried a lot of these things, and I want to do all of the things, but I can't always do all of the things. I don't have enough time in a day, and I'm only one person. And a lot of times I think I've succumbed to the comparison, and then I don't want to do something because of the comparison, or I don't want to do something because everybody else is doing it. I was using astrology a long time ago. I like the astrology a lot, but I love Tomoe River paper. But I'm finding myself, because I'm doing more and more art, I'm doing more and more sketching, that I'm wanting to step outside of the Tomoe River paper just some. I'm still going to be using it, and try other things, do other things. Instead of looking to what everybody else is doing, I decided I ordered a B5 with an ocean theme, and I ordered the pin pouch and the washi tape because that's going to be my June, July, and August for at least setup. It may even last longer than that. I'm going to go back into a bullet journal, and I'm actually going to set it up. I'll film it and everything. Y'all know I am like an avid Jaws fan. I even have a boat that I need to paint, a wooden boat that I got from a thrift store with my Jaws stuff in it, most of it, what will fit anyway. I have a couple of different Jaws, 3 or 4 or 5 different Jaws t-shirts. I even have the Mommy Shark mug, y'all. I've got a couple of different mugs for Jaws, for sharks and Shark Week and stuff. So I thought, you know what, why not make June sort of some kind of ocean theme, lead into July and August, and have July, August, and June, July, and August be summer ocean kind of themes. Whether I'm doing orcas or dolphins or sharks or just the ocean in general, I don't know. But I thought, why not? It's May. I've done a lot of flowers and birds and stuff this month. So I thought, that would be wonderful, right? I've been listening to me. And it's been hard to find that inner voice when I've been so all over the place. But I'm taking a step, and I feel uncomfortable because it's been a while since I did that kind of bullet journaling. I've done a little bit, but it's been a while, and I'm glad that I have some time in May to kind of do a little bit of practicing and to do some sketches and different things. And I've got time to figure things out. I think I've got a good plan. Other people have been saying about journaling and about art and about, and I'm a novice when it comes to art. I'm still learning. I don't consider myself an artist with a capital A. I do consider myself an artist with a lowercase a, according to Danny Gregory's definition. And I do have fun, and I love it. I enjoy it. And when I get into that zone, when I'm creating art in my journals, it feels so good. It lessens my anxiety. It helps with the depression. It helps me focus, and it helps with the ADHD. It helps my stress levels. There is something about journaling, whether I'm doing text journaling or collage and adding pictures and ephemera, or I'm sketching and then painting, or what. It is so relaxing. This rain is really relaxing. I want to take a nap, y'all. Sometimes we lose out on a really good thing, on something that could really work well for us, or just the experience of it, because we're listening more to what is all over the place, or we're listening to trends or whatever. Sometimes we do that because it's easier. Sometimes we do that because to think about our own needs, wants, thoughts, opinions can make us feel more vulnerable. Most of us, we do look around, especially here on social media, and we see what other people are doing, and we want to follow along. We want to do at least something similar. But we worry about what other people are going to say. If you're putting pictures on Instagram, or if you're putting pictures on Facebook groups, or on your Facebook page, or all this good stuff, especially if you're like here on YouTube or something. And you're going, well, what if I can't do art that way. I'm more of a minimalist. There are quite a few minimal type bullet journalers out there. There are a lot of artistic, creative bullet journals out there. People who are doing both types. And there are people who are somewhere in the middle. I love people who are doing their own thing. I really do love people who are doing their own thing. And what I like more than that is when somebody shows their artistic bullet journal or their minimalist, very pretty, precise, aesthetically pleasing bullet journal, and they show you the real deal. They show you the real deal, where they're actually using it. So I decided that for June, July, and August, that's what you're going to be seeing. Mine is going to be used. I'm going to show you the nitty-gritty, from the setup to everything. I'm going to be showing you all of it throughout the whole summer. And right now, I'm going to be planning for it, and maybe I'll even show you how I'm going to be planning for it. I also think that that's a really good opportunity to show that, hey, I am not anybody else. I'm me. And my bullet journals reflect that because they get used. I use them. I think that it's just like a wonderful thing. Some days I'll get it right. Some days I won't get it right. But I think that's one of the things that I'm going to be doing for my own self-care, because I need to refill my creative well. That is part of my self-care. It's part of my creative care. I have to refill both my personal and my creative well. And in order to fill my personal well, I had to think about things like drinking more water and getting new glasses and concentrating on things like skincare and eating healthier and things like that. But I also need to refill my creative well, and that means doing things that will bring me joy. And I've halted on the bullet journal thing for long enough, and the Omni journal and stuff. If I do an Omni journal, they last me for about 2.5 months, and I don't like the big chunky journals anymore. This is the AVEC, and it has gotten so chunky. So chunky. What I may use for next year may completely change. I think I'll stay in a cousin for our personal and home and my mom and that kind of planning. But I think I'm going to have a planner and a bullet journal once I get things really going. I think that's where my stuff is going to lie, because the bullet journal can encompass a lot, very close to an Omni journal. And if I get B5, then that will be wonderful. If I find that the B5 is a little too big, then I'll go back to A5, and that'll be fine too. I could even go to B6. We'll see how things go with that. Right now I'm kind of going big or going home. And I'm back to journaling, and I'm planning, I'm doing things, and I'm trying to sort of get caught up in some areas, and in some areas I've just had to realize and give myself grace and go, okay, the only way I could get caught up is to put other things to the side, try and get caught up, and I don't know that that's a possibility. So let's just move forward. Let's release, let go, and just move forward and roll with it. And if I have time some days and I feel like it, then I'll do some. And if I don't, then that's okay too. I think I'm finally at this place where I have the courage to bring my uniqueness, what sets me apart from the norm. And that's what I'm going to start working on. So I think one of the next videos will be me planning out the bullet journal, me thinking about themes, me thinking about what I might do, and why I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Like, I'm going to be concentrating on trackers and things like that, and I think that would be a good thing. I have realized that I have to trust me, and I have to trust where I want to go with what I'm doing. And the whole reason that I started YouTube to begin with is because there weren't any other I couldn't find really any older people doing NaNoWriMo. Well, I can't find a lot of people doing more of the artistic bullet journaling kind of stuff. You see a lot of the minimal, and you see a lot of different things, but some of the people who show their really pretty, aesthetically pleasing, artistic, creative kind of bullet journals, you don't see where they like used it. All, you know, you see the setup. I think I could offer something different. I think I could bring something different to the table. So right now I'm just going to offer you some, I don't know, a bit of my personal journey with the bullet journal and the planning and the journaling and stuff. And that's that we don't have to be afraid to be ourselves. We shouldn't have to be afraid to be ourselves. We should be able to be ourselves no matter what. And that includes our journaling, our planning, our bullet journaling, our art, our sketchbooks, or whatever. And if you're learning, or you're in the mid stage, or you're somewhere in the middle, or if you have a hybrid of whatever, hey, there are going to be some people out there who are interested in it. I'm interested in it. If you have a art journal, creative journal channel, let me know. I'd love to follow if I'm not already following. I do find myself sometimes getting behind with videos so if it takes me a couple of weeks to finally have a watch later list, that's huge. And I think one of the things that doing this different kind of thing is going to allow me to do is, once I start this, I think eventually I will get the creative journaling course going, and it's more of a creative journaling, bullet journaling, omni journaling kind of thing. And that I need a planner for so much of the home personal, because my mom lives with us and stuff like that now, and because it's work related too, so I have everything in here. I'm at a different place, and I think I've finally just accepted that, and it's okay. It's okay, and I'm really excited. It's going to be a couple of weeks, probably about at least a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks before I get the notebook and the stuff, which is fine, because it will be in time. It will be in plenty of time for me to set up June in it, and I'm excited. So now I have the next couple of weeks to the next week, 2 weeks to kind of get myself acclimated to, okay, this is how things are going to be, and I can plan things out, and I can go, okay, what do I really need? Because me and trackers haven't always gotten along, but it's something I really need to do for the doctor. I have a doctor's appointment at the very beginning of June, and I have a new doctor, and the new doctor is going to need to know what's going on. So I've kind of been tracking things, but with the death of my brother and with so much else going on, it's been a bit rough. I think I'm on the cusp of something really great, and I have talked about that, and we're sort of resetting, refocusing, reinventing, and I'm excited about it. So I'll see y'all again soon. Thank you so much for being here. Bye, y'all.